My name is Q. I'm an event producer in the entertainment industry. This podcast is me and my colleagues talking about how we got into the business, offering career advice, and just chatting about whatever's happening in the world today. Please enjoy.
All right, thank you.
Awesome, man. How's life been, brother?
Life's been good, man. I've just been receiving God's blessings, brother. Just trying to get it.
Understand, man. It's been a rough couple of weeks, for us. I just got some disturbing news earlier. I saw some disturbing news, man. So by my job, they found a body in a tree. So,
oh man, you know what? I just saw something about that. I didn't even know that was real.
yeah, and at first I thought it was fake. Then I went searching, and it was like a whole Reddit thread about it. So the reason you're not seeing it on the news because they're still investigating on if it's a homicide or a suicide. If it's suicide, they won't publish it on the news. So I'm not sure what the findings are now because that happened around 9:30 this morning. But investigation's still going. If you see it on the news tonight, then you know what's up. But it's just it's sad that we're going through this right now, man.
Yeah,
it's sad. Absolutely, man. But to not make it so negative, man. Let's have some positivity, man. I really appreciate you hopping on the show and doing this podcast, man. You've been doing a lot of great things, brother. I saw the EP you put out a couple months ago. I've been jamming it in the back, man. Magic,
hey.
Coffee be jamming, bro.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Awesome, man. So you've been doing a lot of things, man. You're multi-talented, so I can't wait to have this conversation with you, man. So I emailed you a script. I just put it together, and just a layout on how we're gonna go throughout the conversation. So it's gonna be an open-ended conversation. We don't necessarily have to stick with the script, but just something. If you see a question or you want to talk about something, we can. Just to kind of help make the conversation a little bit easier. Okay.
Yeah, man. I looked at the script and I'm with it. So do your thing.
Awesome. Welcome to another episode of the It Up Podcast. I have an amazing individual on the line today. This guy is multi-talented, and I can honestly say he might be the new Kanye West out here. New Kanye West, man. He is a producer. He is a musician. He is a fashion icon out here. He got his own clothing line out. He also works for the Houston Rockets on the social media and production crew as a videographer. He has done a lot of things in his career. I'm excited to have him on the show, Mr. O'Shea Woodhouse. Welcome, my brother.
Man, thank you, bro. What a intro. I just feel like I'm not worthy, but hey, God bless you, bro.
Bro, I mean, I remember, when you first came on to the, working for the Rockets, man, and you were just so special, and you transitioned to that full-time role. I was like, you couldn't have picked a more perfect individual for that role out of that group, man, because you just had the vision. You had a lot going for you, brother. And one thing is, I love, people that come up in that program or the other programs that I came from, where they can easily go outside of the organization and go to these big schools, these big corporations, and bring people in. No, pull from the programs that you have within, because you got a bunch of big-minded individuals who are special, who could bring a lot to the table, who has worked hard for these type of opportunities. So you were definitely a perfect pick for that opportunity, man. I'm definitely proud with everything you got going on.
Hey, thank you, man. The words they humble me and they make me want to just do bigger things because I want to be worthy of those words.
Absolutely, man. You're doing great, brother. So I just want to take this time for you to tell a little bit about yourself and your background into the entertainment industry.
Okay. Well, like you said, my name is O'Shea Woodhouse. And when it comes to just my background in the entertainment industry, I would more so say that I kind of grew up always loving like good music. I've always loved hip hop. I've always loved the stuff that my parents played, the soul, the R&Bs. Then I had my eclectic taste. I would like to hear other genres. I would like to hear like the indie rock and I think music really influenced my upbringing and kind of like how I would be inspired to go into other realms. And I would say that when it came to fashion, I put that into my parents as well. They always kept me fresh.
Nice.
So I would see my mother, she's like, I would say that she's like the Black Madonna. She always had a very unique look about herself, something that you wouldn't see on other people. And I think that watching her gave me confidence
Okay.
to just be myself. My dad was very trendy. He always wore the polo. He always wore just, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever was in style, my dad was on it. And I
Yeah.
think that kind of blended me into maybe like understanding what's hip and what's going on
Mm-hmm.
in the culture, you know? So the
Yeah.
mix of the music, the parental influences, and then I would say what else got me into the industry is just recognizing at an early age that I wanted to be somebody that I guess was a tastemaker. Like I always knew that whenever I stepped out, I wanted to do it different. I
Yeah.
wanted to be myself, and just having that confidence and that backing from my parents, I always felt encouraged to just do me.
Yeah.
So I feel like the entertainment industry fit my personality a lot more
Mm-hmm.
than traditional corporate roles, because I wasn't really going to let people box me in,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't gonna sacrifice my creative expression for a job. So
Yeah.
entertainment just kind of like fit me, and I found that out early, and I just had to figure out how to get in.
Absolutely. And I think, in your situation, you're blessed more than others for your situation in entertainment, because a lot of our brothers and sisters in entertainment are, waiting on unemployment checks because, they got let go, from your Live Nations or any other companies because a lot of these people are contractors, but you're blessed, to have a full-time role with the Houston Rockets. What is your current title as with the team?
So I am currently the creative media specialist,
Nice, man.
and I would just kind of delve into that. I think the dope thing about that role is the job didn't exist before I
Mm,
had it. Um,
nice.
I started off as like a part-timer, as you mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
and I think it was a little bit of guys. I mean, it was a lot of guys chiming, and it was more so like I came in at the right time and I showed my skill set at the right time.
Mhm.
And I had to, of course, do the dirty work. I had to take the job that maybe I didn't really want, but I had vision. And I would tell you right now that don't take that word lightly. I saw where I wanted to go, and I saw what I was going to get.
Mhm.
And there was no stopping me from getting it. And I knew that, hey, O'Shea, you just keep grinding, you just keep putting your foot forward, boom, you're gonna get it. And then I kind of found out how to make my own job, and then boom, there we go.
Absolutely, man. And to speak more on that, man, because the full-time job we were speaking of before was a marketing coordinator job. And I remember I even interviewed that job with Mike at the time. And that was when I was with the Nails crew. And, the job description that they were looking for, I was just, it just didn't fit me at the time because I was more on the production side.
Yeah.
Then when you got the position, I'm like, oh yeah, long as it went to a Red Ops crew and it was these few people, man, I was like, oh, O'Shea, he got it. Usually you went for a job and somebody else got it, you're like, you got a little hate in your heart. You're like, oh, man, I could have done it or whatever. But as time went on, I saw you transition from that role into doing more production stuff, doing more video stuff. Then I really got excited when the Rockets let you put your music with the social media content. I was like, bruh, what? I was like, oh, my boy made it.
Man, you know it's crazy too, because it's kind of hard to describe the process that it might have taken to like get to where I was able to get. It's hard to put it into words, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to oversimplify it.
Mm-hmm.
I really kind of just want to say that it's one of those things to where it's like, if you understand what's not being done around you, and then you figure out how to present yourself and present your ideas in a respectful way to where you're not stepping on people's toes,
Mm-hmm.
people are comfortable like hearing you out and allowing you to try new things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like a balancing act. And if you can manage to respect and be a little bit different, and if you have good ideas, if the right person hears those ideas,
Yeah.
things can turn in a different way.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Like I can't say enough, man. I'm so happy for you that you were able to go in there, change that whole thing around, and do something that's in your realm. And you created a whole new position, man. Not many people can say that. You came in, you saw what was missing within the organization. You said, "I am the solution to your problem." So that is amazing, my brother.
Thank you,
Uh,
bro.
did you ever have an opportunity to come shadow the Red Ops crew with Danelle, or even after Danelle left? Did you have any
So,
opportunities on that?
what I will say is it's less of a shouting opportunity and it's more so observing of my surroundings. And
Mm-hmm.
I've found myself throughout my job with the Rockets always being around Red Ops
Mm-hmm.
because I stand in the same VOM
Mm-hmm.
filming the basketball game. I work with the entertainment groups.
Mm-hmm.
Actually working with the entertainment groups was probably my shoe-in to doing more creative things because I really took passion in the dance team. I took passion in the B-boys and the B-girls and the mascot, all the different entertainment aspects of the industry because to me it was like if you attach yourself to these people, these creative people, you're only going to elevate yourself because they're constantly challenging themselves creatively and
Mm-hmm.
people are so focused on basketball, which is I mean, it's our industry,
Mm-hmm.
but there are other parts of our industry that make our game special
Yes,
and make our
absolutely.
brand special. So I didn't shadow Red Ops, but I would say that one thing that might differentiate me from some people that just show up to work is, man, I'm attaching myself to people that I want to be like.
Yeah.
So anything that Natalie Alvarado was doing, I was trying to figure out what was she doing and how can I involve myself. Anything that Terrence Daniels was doing, that's my boss.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what he was doing, how I could do what he's doing. And
Yeah.
those two people, they basically do a lot of things or manage or are involved with Red Ops. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's good, man.
I shadowed them in a unique way.
I got you. That's an amazing thing, man. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you can't take the traditional route. It's sometimes more than just filling out an application and hoping you get an opportunity. Sometimes you got to make that opportunity for yourself. I saw a great, I don't know it word for word. I saw Ti posted a great IG post. He said, if you want to be a millionaire, hang out with millionaires. If you want to be a genius, hang out with other genius. You want to be an entrepreneur, hang out with other entrepreneurs. If you hang out with idiots or lazy people, that's what you will become.
And you and
So
being
you're absolutely the people in your surroundings will absolutely affect who you're going to be as a person. So be mindful of that as well. So one thing with Red Ops, we had this thing called Top Five. So whenever somebody new came through and they wanted to shadow with us to help, be an icebreaker, we will talk about their top five artists or rappers at the time, just to get a sense of their taste and who they are as a person. So since you're so driven into hip hop, are you more into rap music or just overall music? What would you say you'd be?
I would say rap music is a foundation
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of my interests, and I feel like I'm into a lot of different types of music,
Mm-hmm.
but rap music is the most inspiring for me.
Okay. Okay. Well.
I might say that R&B is my favorite genre of music,
Mm-hmm.
but I started from the place of hip hop. Like that was me. Like rap, that was me, and I elevated into like other realms.
That's good, man. So I'm going to do top five artists. So it's not just
All right.
rappers. Top five artists for you, my friend.
Okay. Number one, first and foremost, Kanye West. And
The guy.
I was gonna say, anybody that has a problem with that, that's fine with me. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but Kanye West inspires me day in and day out. He's somebody that I believe was able to not be boxed in and limited by one title. I never want to be one title. He's somebody that was able to be a producer, a rapper, a fashion designer, an architect. You know what I'm saying? A educator, a scholar. Just I'm motivated by Kanye West, and I love his art. That's one. Two, I would say Kid Cudi.
Oh yeah, the
I would
guy.
I would say just his whole message. When I was in, I would say seventh grade, it was like he's a man on the moon. His
Mm-hmm.
swag was a little different. People
Mm-hmm.
didn't understand him. Da da da. Like I love that because I just feel like not to go too deep into this realm, but whenever you come from, I guess, a certain neighborhood or a certain area and you aren't just like everybody else, you can get outcasted from people that look just like you, and then you go around people that don't look like you and you're outcasted because you look different.
Yeah.
So Kid Cudi made it cool to be different.
I agree with
I would say number 3 for me, Brent Faiyaz. He's a young R&B artist. I really love the way his sound reminds me of like Aaliyah, reminds me of Genuine, reminds me of just like maybe like the golden age of R&B for me, like early 2000s. But he's doing that in 2020, you know?
Okay.
Number 4, I would say Isaiah Rashad. He's another rapper, but he's signed to Top Dog Entertainment. To me, he's like the realest rapper because I think he talks about life in a way that I relate.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He's like a backpack rapper. He has real messages, but it's real like informal. It's not like I love Kendrick. He's not trying to necessarily like challenge your mind. He's more so talking to you in life.
Okay.
And I love that.
Okay.
And then I'll probably finish off my top 5. If I were to say top 5 right now, I would go ahead and say Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Just because I feel like, although he hasn't dropped music in a very long time, I feel like he is the most skilled rapper. And to me, when you're the most skilled and you pride yourself on your skill level, I feel like you bring the game up with you. So whenever Kendrick drops, I feel like the world's in a better place.
Oh, absolutely. And
that's inspiring.
He's one of those artists where I'm like, don't rush the album. Take all the time you need.
Take your time.
Yeah, absolutely. So going on Kanye, since he's your number 1, and of course, he is one of the greatest. Are you a fan of the new Kanye as well? Going into the.
Oh, sorry. Continue. The new Kanye is in what?
Yeah, going to what he pivoted from hip hop, going back to his roots of doing gospel music, and it feels like he has now changed his ways, and it seems like he's never going to come back to true hip hop. He's focused on the Christian aspect of hip hop, going towards the Lecrae, Kirk Franklin route. Do you mess with that? Is that okay with you?
Yeah. So here's what I'll say about that. Classic Kanye is obviously my favorite. College Dropout, Late Registration, all the way up to Graduation, all the way to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh yeah,
all the way to The Life of Pablo, everything. The new Kanye that people call him. I am a fan of it because what I love about his music and what I love about his artistry is that he continues to challenge himself and reinvent himself. And if you were to look at the arc of his like career, you can see a lot of different things to where you're just like, man, I might not have always rocked with every decision that you made, but I've always rocked with the fact that you made yourself vulnerable to the audience, because when you're vulnerable and when you're creating, the art's better because like there's so many layers to a person that when they are like showing you their growth through their art, you can really like identify with the music, and the music means more. It's not just a song. It's like a period of life. So yeah, I'm a fan of it, man. I think that great artists like him are never going to stay in the same box. They're always going to switch it up.
Okay. I got you. And staying on the topic of artists, have you been watching the versus battles that Timberlake and them been putting? Hey, man, they've been fired, bro. What's been your favorite one so far?
So my favorite one so far was Jagged Edge 112. although the audio quality was pretty bad, man, I feel like it was the most competitive versus battle, because I just feel like everybody just expected Jagged Edge to wipe the floor with 112. But I'm gonna be real with you, bro. 112 won that battle.
It won. So I didn't get a chance to see it. You won. I didn't get a chance to see that particular one because the people said that the audio was so bad, and I had just watched the Ludacris versus Nelly. That was the one I was rooting for.
That was
I
a
was
good
like, it was good. Man. Nelly failed me, man. They should have rescheduled.
one.
He
Yeah,
failed me so
man.
hard.
I feel like a lot of these versus battles, people don't put their playlist together in a way to where they're trying to win. It's like you can't. It's like being a basketball coach. You have a game plan ready because you watch film, but when the game starts, you need to make adjustments.
Yes.
You need to make adjustments. If they play this song and you like, all right, man, I can't let the crowd think that they got me. Let me pull this song out. But I got to make sure I end with this song because I want them to remember me.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, he did not. I think the song selection, like even though with the audio stuff, the song selection could have saved him. I'm not sure why he decided to drop 3, these R&B tracks, the one with Patti LaBelle and stuff like that. He had 3 hits he had Batter Up. I'm like, where's Batter Up? What are you doing? Who is running your boards right now? Who's your DJ? Needs to be fired.
Did Nelly drop Country Grammar?
Yeah. Oh, he did Country Grammar. Yeah.
Early, huh?
Yeah, he did it early. He went to grab the trophy, won the diamond trophy that he got from the academy. So, but yeah, he did. It was about 3 or 4 that he could have still dropped, but he decided to go left. So
you gotta, in my opinion, you gotta start with like Air Force Ones just to let people know that you are the culture. Like I am hip hop, and you finish with Country Grammar because you know that's what people waiting for.
Oh yeah, man. And regardless of how the battle went, he is still one of my favorite artists. Like Nelly, Ludacris, Lil Wayne. These are artists that really invited me into the hip hop culture when I was younger because my mom wasn't buying me Tupac and Biggie albums at that age. So I had to get, what was available to me at the time. So some guy at school, he will go sell a T.I. album. He will sell a Ludacris album, a Lil Jon and East Side Boys album. So that's the music I was coming up on. And I love hip hop to the fullest, man. It's just such an amazing thing. And it was just my way out sometimes, like you say, you come from a certain area, people expect you to act a certain way. So you're not accepted. And also, of course, that other side is not accepting you because you look different. But music was my outlet out. So speaking on that, continuing on the versus battle, Usher came on and he wanted to, figure out who should be his challenger. And I just want to get your opinion on who should go against Usher. Who should go against Usher?
Chris Brown.
Chris
Breezy.
I was
say that.
He brought it up, but it's like a 10, 15-year difference between the two.
Facts. But here's my thing. You have to battle. Usher has to battle somebody on his level.
Okay.
Usher can't just battle an R&B star that was around when he was around because Usher's bigger than everybody that was around when he was around. Who's gonna battle? He's gonna battle Genuine. Genuine's dope.
Genuine's dope, but he didn't get the level.
He got like 5 songs. Like his catalog, in my opinion, is like quality, but it's not Usher level.
Yeah.
So like Breezy got, look, whether you like Breezy or whether you don't like him, he dropped Yo when he was 16 years old. My man got a catalog from 16 to 30.
Yep.
He been in the game. He been in the game 15 years making hits.
Yeah. So somebody brought up Justin Timberlake. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that would be tight, but I mean, all right, man, look. Justin Timberlake needs to battle somebody else.
Okay.
I'm a big Justin Timberlake fan. Justin Timberlake got hits on hits on hits. But I think that Usher is just in another league, man.
I can agree with that.
I think Justin Timberlake's a good competitor, but I think Usher would win. I don't think you should battle somebody that off rip you would be like, oh, yeah, I know who's going to win that one. You need to battle somebody that is kind of like.
It's going to be tit for tat. It's going to be like both can come with the game. Like right now, I think Alicia Keys and John Legend are going head to head this week. And I'm like, oh, that's a fire battle. That makes complete sense.
Man, that's beautiful.
I'm excited to watch that one.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know who needs to battle, but it's not going to happen?
Who's that?
Kanye versus Wayne.
Oh no, that would never
It's
happen.
not gonna happen.
That would never happen. Actually, Kanye couldn't go against Wayne, honestly, because I feel like
look,
Kanye would have to go against another artist / producer style artist.
I was gonna say, at the end of the day, you're gonna have people that are gonna tell you up and down that like you're not beating Wayne in a versus battle because Wayne got mixtapes and albums and all that. But man, when you want to talk about two of the greatest of all time, you should have them battle each other.
Absolutely.
Two of the greatest of all time. And it don't even, and look, at the end of the day, even if it's not a battle, just imagine listening to song after song. Like, for us, it would be so fun.
Oh yeah. You know, one battle I wanted, especially right now, that I feel like the culture needs. I know, of course, the John Legend, Alicia Keys one, that's really cool. Something mellow that you can groove to. But I feel like you bring these two artists together to play their catalogs and not in a, you know, of course, they're not going to be malicious, but they're just on the same plane. That'll be amazing for us as fans. Mm-hmm. J. Cole versus Kendrick. That their music just aligns too well, and I think that'll be a great experience.
I love that.
Especially now, bro. I know it won't happen. I know Kendrick's working, but it'll be an amazing experience, man.
Big facts, man. I would love that battle. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right. So you talked to me about your position with the Rockets. All right. You talked to me how you got into music and stuff like that. Let's talk about your clothing line. Well, what made you start? What made you start your clothing line, and what was the process to start, pretty much get it going?
Okay, so what I say about the clothing line is I love fashion. That's an understatement. And when it comes to trying to start my own brand, it was more so of me trying to experiment and figure out how I can contribute to something that I love. So I'd rather create something and put it out into the universe than just think about it and be scared to release it. I don't really move like that. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like I want to take my art to higher levels, and I need to go through the process of learning how to create in different mediums, in different spaces. So my clothing line is just my attempt at succeeding in fashion. And I wanted to start simple. I like to make clothes that are like layering pieces. Mm-hmm. So it's like you wear my shirts and my hoodies with other things. And it basically like brings out your outfit. It basically makes your outfit more you. Mm-hmm. And it makes your outfit more complex and more style. You know what I'm saying? It adds flavor to your outfits. So that's what I like to bring to like clothing. I like to bring layering pieces and things that if you're going to wear, I look at it like this. If you're going to spend your money on big name brands, I think that it would be dope to spend your money on somebody that you actually believe in. Mm-hmm. So I'm out here trying to figure it out. I'm trying to make a way. And whenever I get there, along the way, I want to inspire people to do the same. And I also want to share the love and share the wealth. So like investing in me is almost like you're investing in like somebody that's gonna make, I think I'm gonna make the world a better place. So when somebody invests in my brand, they're only empowering me to get closer to doing the things that I really want to do. And everything that I really want to do, it's bigger than me. It's not just about me. It's about my people.
Yeah. That's good, man. I'm really excited about that, man. When's the next line dropping?
So, man, here's what I got to say about that. I've already been thinking about what I want to do. Every time I do something, I got to level up.
Okay.
I can't just drop it because people want it. I got to drop it because it's better.
Okay.
So I'm thinking my next drop is going to be in October.
Okay.
I want to get people ready. I want to get people ready.
That's good, man. I love it. I'm excited about it. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to catch the last drop, but I'm definitely going to be hopping on this next one, man, because you guys support your people, man, especially somebody I'm so close to. And you dropping some fire pieces, man. I love the colorways. I love what you're doing, brother. You're doing amazing. So staying on top of your clothing line, if you're talking to somebody who's looking to start, who's looking to collab or, get started from the ground up, what is the direction they should take?
Okay. I think the first thing you should do if you want to get involved in fashion or anything, you need to have your own ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a vision board, a mood board. You should put together things that you like, that you want to make, things that you're influenced by. Put pictures of everything that you like on a wall so you can look back and visualize it. And then I think you should start sketching and start, if you want to make a shirt, if you want to make a small logo, if you want to draw like an image, if you want to, you know what I'm saying, if you want to do like, pick your fabrics, you should like put together your vision on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have an idea of what you really want to do, you should start reaching out to people that you know have already done the clothing line thing so you could link up with their connections.
Mm-hmm.
Because people buy wholesale, there's websites, there's apps, there's things there's information out there that all you have to do is reach out to people that you know. Or Google, YouTube.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I did the same thing, you know, when I decided to start my podcast. You know, I was just reaching out to other people who already had podcasts set up to make the process easier, because there's different ways and avenues to approach it. So I think networking is definitely an absolute key. And also being an original. I know there's a lot of copycats and a lot of other stuff out there, man, but you're going to stand out if you're original and doing your own thing, man.
For sure, man. I mean, when it comes to being original, the best way for you to be original is for you to do things that you want to do.
Okay.
Like when people base their decisions off of what they think people want,
Mm-hmm.
they're already going down a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are gonna rock with you when you give off confident vibes.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna want to be a part of whatever it is that you're part of.
Yep.
Just because they want to feel that energy.
Oh yeah.
Energy is powerful.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking on the energy, man, like Travis Scott is one of my favorite artists. And, you know, I didn't really get to know him as an artist until he was on tour with Rihanna. And this is like he had already dropped the Rodeo album. And I saw him twice at Toyota Center because I was working those shows. It was Rihanna and The Weeknd. He came back to back. And I was just like, it was his show, his performance. And he probably did a set of 13 songs. I probably only recognized maybe 3 or 4 of those songs. But just by the performance and his energy and just him raging out, man, I was just like, bro, I got to be a part of this cat's life, man. I went back, listened to all his mixtapes, listened to everything he put out, and I was like, bro, this guy got it. He is it. Yeah, so then, of course, his clothing line, his sneakers, everything he's putting out, everybody just follows everything he's a part of because they just love him as a person. And I don't think he sits in a corporate office like, what are people going to like? He does what he wants.
He does exactly what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it too. You can see when he walks through.
Mm-hmm.
When he pops up, he's like, man, this dude don't go by no type of rules or no structured anything. Like it's all T Scott.
Absolutely. So pivoting to music. So how did you get into music and how did you get started?
I love that question. When I was in high school, I used to write a lot. I used to write poems. I used to write little raps. And then I would go to study hall and I would like rap what I wrote for like my little table. And I could even go further back to maybe like second grade. I used to freestyle in the morning when you get to school too early and you like basically like can't go to class, so you sit in the cafeteria. I used to freestyle. So I told myself, I was like, man, like I've never really had, because it was different. I mean, in my opinion, it was different in like 2010 and 2011, before that, like 2000 to 2011, it was different than now. Like I didn't know that I could go record on my laptop. I didn't know that I could go to the studio down the street, that somebody had a home studio. So I told myself when I got to college, I was really going to turn up and I was really going to put the music thing out there. When I got to college, I linked up with a like-minded individual, my boy Jay Bird, and we just, for 4 straight years, we put out mixtape, song after song, mixtape after mixtape. And when I tell you, the music was not that good when we first started. The lyrics were dope because I had been writing so long.
Okay.
The flow was terrible. The audio mixing was terrible. But we just kept making songs and kept putting it out there, taking the feedback. And I'm gonna tell you from day one, I've always had some fans. Like people are gonna rock with your energy. I'm telling you. So from then until now, it's just been like trial and error.
Yeah.
You're gonna make something and you're gonna put it out there and you're gonna have to grow from that.
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely agree.
That's how I got into it.
So did you use Fruity Loops as your production?
Man, so I wish I could just like go into more detail, but it's kind of tough to do it because it's like so much going on in my head.
I understand.
But I linked up with a college friend that turned into a roommate because we had the same vision. Mm-hmm. And I also linked up with a family friend. Okay. So we had like a small team of like my boy Brandon, we called him B. Romero back in the day. He lived in the town where my college was. He lived in Charlottesville, Virginia. Mm-hmm. And he just became my producer because he made beats. Okay. And at that time, all I did was rap. And then my boy Jeff turned into my engineer. Nice. He rapped and engineered. So I just kind of built like a powerful squad. Like, man, we were, well, how do I want to say this? We were the first big three. It was me, B. Romero, and Jay Bird. Man, we were the original D Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron.
That's awesome, man. So what is your goals musically? Do you want to have a stronger career? Do you want to get on the road? Are you looking for a deal? What does that look like for you?
So my goals musically have evolved. Back in the day, I would have told you I wanted to be a recording artist that traveled, that did the whole professional artist thing. Today, I just want to do it different, man. I want to make music for the love of it. Mm-hmm. I want to elevate to dropping something on Spotify, iTunes, etc. Because I haven't done that yet. Because I like to release my music in a free space. Mm-hmm. And when I elevate myself to where I think I need to be, I want to put it on streaming platforms. Okay. And I just want to push my music digitally, man. I want to be an artist that you have to stream to experience. Okay. Because I feel like there's power in staying in your space and creating. Yeah. And I do believe that like once I put my stuff on streaming platforms, I do believe that it's going to take me to another level because I have 5 songs right now that I'm sitting on. Okay. That I believe are next level. Like they're unlike anything I've ever made. Mm-hmm. And one day I want to be very selective. I want to do something to where it's like I might do 2 shows per year. 2. Yeah. And if you want to see it, you got to go to one of those 2. And that's it. Like I want to be that type of artist to where like I package everything I do in a very, very, very artistic way to where it's like I don't just want to drop songs, man. I want to drop movies. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I want to drop clothes. So when I really drop a project, I want to have a feature film and a freaking fall winter clothing line, like a fashion show, like with the film in the background, with the music playing. Like, all right,
you're Kanye West stuff, bro. I see you.
It ain't just a song. Like people listen to songs and they disappear. I want to create a experience. So that's what I want to do with music. I want to actually. Let me break it down like this. I experiment in my creative process with like my own projects. I want somebody to see what I do for myself. Okay. And I want them to contract me out to create and package their artists, their artistry. Okay. So you see what I package over here, this is me. Boom. And then somebody's like, man, I need you to do what you do for me. Or I need you to do what you do for my artists. And then I want to transform and give them the juice. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like, boom, put their stuff together. So I want to direct. I want to create not create a player. I want to create a artist.
Mm-hmm. So that'd be pretty dope.
That's what I want to do with my music and my art.
Okay. What's the time frame looking on that? Is that a soon thing? Is that a 5-year plan?
So I mean, the way that I'm working right now, man, I'm like nonstop.
Yeah.
Like whether I'm designing the home that I live in,
Yeah.
or writing and recording a song, or editing a video, I'm creating all day, every day. Even when I'm
Yeah.
watching TV, my wheels are spinning.
Yeah.
So the time period on my next project, I would love to drop my next whole experience in December.
In December.
I would
Okay.
love to drop man, I'm telling you, bro, I got 5 songs and I got 4 beats, 4 more beats just waiting for me. I got a couple more books to read. I got a couple more things to design, and then I'm gonna get back to writing and get back to recording.
I got you. I got a homie I want to put you in touch with. I'm not sure if you know him. Russell Reinhardt. He works for House of Blues as a stage manager. You familiar with him?
I'm not.
But he's a really dope guy. Him and his friend, they have I guess a production company where they do like these smaller events for local artists and all those smaller festivals and stuff like that. And they've had a couple of events over the years. And I think you'll be great to take that experience there because they've done stuff all around the city. So I'll send you the information so you can take a glance and see if that's something that aligns with your vision. But I think you two together can, take that experience that you're looking for and bring it to light if it's possible, especially by December, man. That's awesome, man. So, would you consider yourself a sneakerhead?
Yeah, I would consider myself a low-key young OG.
I got you, man. But you designed your own pair, bro. You took some ones and you just reconstructed it and did your own thing.
Man, when I tell you, I'm trying to work on freeing myself up so I can create in my own space for a living. I'm working on that, bro, because man, I got so much stuff I want to do that I know I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And 9-to-5s are dope. I feel blessed. I can't thank God enough for allowing me to still have a job.
Yes.
Because times are tough and like a steady paycheck is not guaranteed.
Yep.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, my ceiling is higher than any corporation can really give me.
That's good, man.
So I'm just,
That's good.
God's gonna open doors for me, and I'm just gonna have to be ready. Because when they open, I'm gonna be like, "What's up?"
Hey man, that's what you gotta do, man. And definitely this is a time, I know it's an unprecedented time right now where everything is unclear, uncertain. But this is the time where, this is for you to start making moves and making things happen. If you have gone through 2020 and it's almost July and you haven't started that company you wanted to start it, or read that book, or started that hobby, or made moves to better yourself, man, you just don't want it at this point, in my opinion. We've had time. We have time to make things happen. But are you speaking of space? Do you work with Billy Mochan?
Yeah,
Mochan?
me and Billy are like bros.
Okay.
He's a creative, and I just feel like when it comes to me trying to educate myself, maybe on like, okay, what kind of gear can I purchase to enhance the quality or to get this look? Man, I call Billy first and foremost.
Got you. I think he has a creative space, if I'm not mistaken, that him and his
Um,
friends
I,
started.
I was gonna say I've used their space.
Okay.
Uh, when I dropped my last clothing line, I actually did a lot of my photo shoots and video shoots in their
Oh,
space.
nice.
So yeah, creatives collaborate, man. That's one thing about me. That's one thing about Billy. We always down to work with each other.
That's dope. That's dope. And that's one thing I feel like Houston lacks, are spaces for the creatives in Houston, because there's so many of us, but we're so spread out. There's people in the Heights, there's people in Sugarland, people in the Woodlands, and a lot of people don't know about each other, but we now have access to the world in our hands, and everybody's a phone call, a DM away to collab. So I'm all about people working together, especially in Houston. I want Houston to be more of LA, but in our own right, in regards to entertainment, because Atlanta did it. Atlanta is, I would say, second in regards to entertainment. So Houston should be next up in regards to that. But speaking on sneakers, what are your top 5 sneakers? What's in your rotation? What's your top 5 sneakers?
Ooh, I love that question. Okay, top 5 in my rotation right now. I'm gonna start off real, I guess, expected, but like real dope. 1994 Chicago ones.
Ooh.
Coming off of The Last Dance, and just that whole vibe of like OG sneakers with the yellow. Like they've been oxidized. You know, they're new, but they're not new.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I got a pair. I basically had a pair of DS 1994 Jordan 1s, like shoes that are older than most of these people's girlfriends nowadays. Like,
So these were a dead stop. What year did you get these?
man, I got them this year, bro.
Bro.
I got them on. They were on ice, like they were dead stop.
Oh, you paid some money for those, huh?
Man, you know what I'm gonna say? Look,
Hey.
you want it. You gotta figure out how to go get it.
God, bro, dead stock 94s. My God,
That's
brother.
number one.
All right.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with a pair of 2002. I like old sneakers. If you're gonna catch the trend,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a pair of 2002 mid Air Force Ones.
Okay.
They're all gray, and the midsole is like a nice yellow. It's a nice yellow. It used to be white, now it's yellow.
Okay.
I'm feeling the old school vibes right now.
So you like to wear your kicks. There's no putting them on ice or putting them in a glass case. You rocking them.
I'm rocking a different pair of shoes every day. Nothing staying on ice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing everything in these shoes. I'm a hoop. I'm gonna go out. I'm a stunt. I'm gonna take a picture a day. You know what I'm saying? And then next up in my rotation, I'm gonna go ahead and say I just bought. I went thrift shopping the other day.
Okay.
And I found a pair of cowboy boots.
Oh, I saw the picture on your post.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the leather is buttery, bro. It's like they're worn, they're aged. It's just like a shoe that I feel like I want to make sure people know when they see me that don't limit me to sneakers. Like I do this fashion. Like I'm out here every day, and it's a look. I could be wearing a t-shirt and some shorts around the house. That's a look today. Like I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? 3, I'm gonna go ahead and go with those custom Jordan 1s that I bought, that I actually created. I bought a pair of what do you call them? Metallic blue 1s.
Okay.
And I deconstructed them. Like I took them apart, and then I sewed a denim jacket with a floral print as the as like the insole and like the back tab material. I kind of sewed it there. I ripped apart all the blue from the shoe. I wanted an all white shoe. I took some cream laces off of some essential chucks, put them in the shoes, boom, 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 boom. And bada bing, bada boom. I just made my own kicks. O'Shea PEs.
O'Shea P. Oh, you said PDs?
PEs.
PEs. Got you. But I'm not gonna lie to you. They look really dope. Like I can see those in the boutique. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And that's me on some like, I've seen a lot of people deconstruct shoes, and that was my take on it. Like, how can I deconstruct some shoes so I can, you know what I'm saying, like add my own flavor and touch to it. And that was shoe number 1. So now I'm gonna drop some news on your podcast.
Okay.
I just copped some 2005 Jordan 2 low tops.
Okay.
They're called Jordan MAIZ, like corn, maize, or whatever.
Okay.
They're white and they're yellow.
Okay.
I'm going to probably customize these shoes.
All right.
I'm going to probably sell them. So somebody's going to have a piece of art from me in the near future.
Okay.
That's my top 5 at the moment. Those shoes, what I'm noticing about the sneaker culture right now is people are going back in time and they want rare shoes that haven't been retro.
Yeah.
So for me, I want to take that energy and find a shoe that people aren't necessarily paying attention to. And I want to bring those up to the spotlight and I want to add my little touch to them, and I want to give somebody some history and something that's almost like, this is just only something that I have. Nobody else has it. I want to provide that for somebody else. Because that's the beauty of art. Whenever you find that piece that you feel like is just for you.
Gotcha.
So that's in my top 5 with that. But, I mean, we can go top 15, so I could do this.
We ain't got time for top 15, but I know you can, man. I've definitely been getting into shoes, man, especially like on the reselling stuff. I just picked up the Chunky Dunkies. I think those are beautiful. Those are so beautiful. I don't know what it is. You said what?
A lot of people missed out on those.
I know. I copped. It was on a raffle for one of the skate shops here in Houston, man. I have no idea how I got it, bro, but it was a blessing. Man, appreciate it, man. But I look at them and I'm just in love. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's the colorway, the way it's just a piece of art.
Creative shoe. It's a very creative shoe.
Absolutely, man. It's not too many collabs I'm really into, but that one was definitely a beautiful piece. Would you ever in the future be interested in designing, I guess, your own shoe? Because right now, a lot of artists, they'll take an existing shoe and make it their own, and what you're doing now. Would you ever pull a Kanye and say, I'm going to make the next Yeezy? I'm going to make the next big thing?
You know, at the end of the day, here's what's going to happen, man. Like, whether I blow up in a commercial way to where I'm a household name or not, I will make my own sneaker. I will make my own everything. Like, I'm going to do it for the love of the game.
Okay.
And people that are hip, they're going to have a piece of history. They're going to have a piece of art that's going to be super low key. It's going to be underground. And if I blow up, then I'm just going to do it on a larger scale.
I got you. Like
my own shoe.
Absolutely. Like my lady, she hates when she tells me about new artists because she's really into like artists that's not on mainstream. She likes to listen to SoundCloud artists. She likes to listen to artists that's like in the UK or in Germany or whatever. Then when she lets me listen to the artists and for some reason they decide they want to come to America and to blow up to get on mainstream or whatever, and she gets pissed. And I see that as a trend. You know, you may be into an artist to be on SoundCloud and they make that transition to main stage. Do you ever get irritated with that, or do you feel like it's not as authentic?
Whenever I was growing up, I used to take pride in finding artists that nobody else was listening to.
Mm-hmm.
But once I actually became an artist myself, I recognized that, man, whenever an artist enters the mainstream, man, that's their come up. So like, if they make it to the point to where somebody else knows about them, then they about to get paid.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want to be pissed off that somebody's pockets are growing, because I need that same energy that they get.
Absolutely.
The blow up, man. Keep that. And look, when the artist blows up, just know that you'll always have their old catalog.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people won't experience that. You'll always be able to tap back into it. Music just doesn't disappear from the face of the earth.
It doesn't.
Once you make it, it's out there.
Absolutely. And the artist that she always gets on me about is Calvin Harris. So she put me on the Calvin Harris well before he collabed with Rihanna, like his first few albums and mixtapes. And I was really into him as well. Then he came to the States, he blew up, and that was during that time a lot of other artists wanted to incorporate EDM music into their thing. You know, like, they'll sing and the next couple things is nothing but music playing. But Calvin, she was really jealous because I got an opportunity to meet Calvin Harris when he came down for one of the festivals. So she got a little hate in her heart. But no, I love new artists. I love checking out new people, and you are an amazing musician yourself, and you're doing.
Thank you, man.
So to stay on the sneaker topic, I wanted to ask you, because I know you're a fan of Yeezys as well. Got this thing called Versus. It's Nike versus Adidas. Who do you choose, and why do you put them over the other person?
So I'm gonna go ahead and say Nike.
Okay.
Just simply because I just feel like a lot of the original silhouettes that are now being retroed over and over, I feel like you cannot beat a classic. Okay. Your best bet whenever you try to create a new shoe is to be as original as you can.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's like saying who's the greatest of all time. You're gonna say Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, somebody else is gonna come out and they're gonna try their best to be the best them that they can be. But you're always gonna remember that MJ is the GOAT. So Nike is just, it's up there, man. Like, it's up. Nike's just so far up there that if you're gonna beat Nike, then you're gonna change the world.
Do you feel like Kanye saved Adidas by transitioning over?
I was gonna say, man, I feel like Kanye made Adidas as relevant, and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
His Yeezy shoe for Nike was probably one of the greatest things that ever happened to the shoe game, other than Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And whenever he left Nike, he took that energy to Adidas. And I mean, he took over the sneaker game, man. It's like you have the shoe. He always said that he wanted the shoe to become something that was less quick strike and more like accessible to the people.
Yeah.
He achieved that goal, but he took a luxury shoe, and he made it to where anybody can own it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, man, because Kanye kicks. I was just wearing a pair of 350 Moon Rocks earlier today. I switched my shoes twice today. I don't even know why.
But I completely agree with that. It's easier to cop a pair of Yeezys than it is to catch a Jordan 11 release or Jordan 1 release or anything like that, because there's just so many stocks out there. And he's always dropping a new colorway. He has like 6 more dropping in the next couple of months. Where Nike, they just push back a lot of their stuff because they want to make it exclusive and make it hard to get. So I agree with that, but definitely a Nike hit, man.
Yeah, Nike's gonna beat Adidas, but I got respect for Adidas because, to be honest, Adidas was a powerhouse before Nike was. Adidas was here, Nike was on the come up, and then Nike did this, and then now Adidas is like doing this. So like the shoe game is like it's like a conglomerate. Like it's a big business, and a couple names dominate the game. So like tomato, whatever. What I'm looking at nowadays is these designers that are like making their own shoe. So like this dude named Luigi, he has a brand called Rude. He has one of the dopest sneakers that I've ever purchased in my life. And those are the Rude Recess Highs. Yeah. And like I'm looking at designers that are like creating their own lane, and I'm like, okay, bet. Let me get on this. Let me get on this wave. You're gonna pay more money because it's a luxury shoe. It's better leather. It's better materials. But that's where the sneaker game's at right now. It's designers bringing that luxury into the realm.
Absolutely, especially like Virgil and Off-White, collabing with Nike. I think it's the 4 that's about to come out. The white, but the women's cream color one.
That's a great shoe.
And it's gonna go for so much. It's crazy. It's crazy to resell on these shoes, man. Like retails $120 and they flipping for $1,000. So it's crazy out here, man.
That's where the game's at, man. You either hate it and you don't buy it, or you hate it and you buy it. It's like
agree.
You gonna cop or not? If not, then somebody else will. So
absolutely.
Make your own shoe if you don't like it.
I got you. I just got a few more things for you, then we can go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah. What does the Black Lives Matter movement mean to you?
Man, that's a great question. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it, even though it's obvious. Man, I am Black.
Yeah.
I live and I breathe Black Lives Matter. To me, it means everything, man. The world. A lot of people don't understand that institutional racism is the modern day like slavery. Like we are trapped in a system that gives us crumbs, and that we beg for crumbs instead of receiving like the whole bread. You feel me?
Yeah.
And like, to me, what does it mean for Black Lives Matter? It means that we're no longer demanding equality. We're demanding justice. And for me, it means everything to me, and it's inspiring me to specifically make something happen in my life, so I can educate young Black and brown people, so I can help them succeed in this society.
Yeah.
So when you ask me what does Black Lives Matter mean to me, it means that I need to do something about it, because I'm tired of people acting like Black lives, uh, social injustice, and I'm tired of people acting like this is news. Like, this ain't nothing new. This is
No.
we live with this since we stepped out, since we first crawled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We crawled out of where we came from,
Yeah.
and I want to do something about it, man. I want to affect change. I want to talk about institutional, systematic racism, and I want to do something about it, bro. And I'm not here for just talking. I'm here for solutions. So that's how I feel about Black Lives Matter.
Would that with what's happening now influence your musical process? Would you go more towards, I guess, speaking out towards justice? Would it go more into your lyrics?
Well, I would like to say that I feel like it's always been a part of my music. When I first started music, I was saying 2011.
Okay.
And you could hear things that I was saying that were like basically like ahead of its time, like things that I was talking about. It's like I've always been pro-Black and super like we don't have they're not teaching us in schools the way we need to be taught.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to my music going forward, am I gonna have more messaging for my people? And I'm gonna say it's not gonna be more. It's gonna be just as much. It's gonna be every word that I breathe. I'm empowering Black people.
That's good.
And that's what I'm doing. Every time that I make a move, every time that I post something on Instagram, every time that I step out of the house, I'm conscious. I'm a conscious person. Like my one mission is to inspire. My one goal in life is to inspire.
Okay. So, coming from your background and how you grew up, and having guys like Kid Cudi as your inspiration, and knowing that you come from one place and you get treated a certain way, and you're kind of, I guess, put in this box as abnormal. Working in the corporate world and working where majority of your staff are white. Do you deal with any mental illness or any issues being in that environment as a Black man?
Oh man. So, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not personally deal with um, any like low self-esteem or like mental illness or anything of that realm, and that's not because I'm better than it. That's just because I think that one of my gifts is turning any situation into an opportunity, into a positive thing for myself. So what I will say is I have found myself in situations in corporate America that could discourage a great man, that could make somebody feel like, like what are they doing, or why are things not fair? I just feel like I've figured out a way to flip it into. I figured out a way in most situations to flip the script and to take control of the narrative.
Okay.
So, like I said before, what I really want to do is I want to provide the knowledge that I've acquired, and I want to be able to package that, and I want to be able to present that to people that could benefit from it. I want to help people understand, like, hey, this is how I was brought up. This is how I make my decisions, and this is how maybe you could consider, what I'm saying, like taking this and turning it into something bigger.
Okay. That's good, man. Well, that's all I have for you, man, brother. I once again, I appreciate you doing this. I know you got a lot of things on your plate, so you being able to offer me an hour or two of your time to speak on everything going on is a pleasure. I want to take this portion of the podcast to allow you to put out to the world whatever you got going on, whether it's music, put out your website, put out your line if you got that coming out soon, and anything else. This is your space to talk to the people.
Man. Well, I mean, in my space, I want to tell you first and foremost, thank you. I love your podcast. I
Appreciate it,
love what
man.
you're
Appreciate
doing.
it.
And this is what we have to do as people. We have to collaborate. We have to put information out there. We have to let people, you know what I'm saying? We have to let people take out of it what they do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just keep it real short. Follow me on Instagram at OSHEA Woodhouse. And then follow at O'Shea W Visuals. And stay tuned because I'm cooking up every day. And you might catch some gems if you pay attention.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Thank you so much once again, man. This is the It Up Podcast, man. You have a blessed one, brother. All right?
Peace out. Much love. God bless.
You too, brother.